I'm tired of the other women. I'm tired of him using me. For 2 months, I didn't even hear from you. Where were you?
I'm overwhelmed, man. I love you.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. He fooled you about 50 times.
We are a financial disaster because of him.
Divorce doesn't exist where I'm from.
Neither one of you is wrong for having your opinions, but it just makes you wrong for each other. There's been a huge breach of trust, according to you.
She was on the fast with the pastor. She's sending pictures with a smoothie of straw in her mouth and a sausage McMuffin. Can I eat this, pastor? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold on, why you gotta send pictures with it?
Here is today's case.
After 10 years together and 3 kids, this woman says she's ready to call it quits with her lying, cheating boyfriend. But he says the problem is she's just ungrateful. Can this couple get past the infidelities? That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Desmarie from Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania.
Desmarie, we are so happy to have you with us. Welcome to Divorce Court.
Your Honor, this is the case of McCullough versus Mason.
Thank you, Juan. Miss Ashley McCullough.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. David Mason
Yes, Your Honor.
to Divorce Court today. I understand the two of you are not married, but you have been together for 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are trying to figure out if you should proceed forward in your relationship to the next step after all of this time or go your separate ways.
Yes, Your
ma'am.
Honor.
Okay, I'll start with you, Miss McCullough. Why don't you give me some background as to why you decided to come and bring your case today?
Well, David and I have been together for 10 years. We have 3 kids together. We connected automatically. We're inseparable. But our problem is David's cheating, David's lying, he's lazy, he's always on video games. Like, I want to get married to David, but I just don't know if we can get past this.
And what do you have to say, sir?
I'm here because I feel my cheating has gotten me, it's gotten me in a situation, but I feel that...
It usually does.
Yes, it does. I feel that her cheating, I can't let it go off my mind. She's very ungrateful. She just, I guess I can do something for her and she don't like it. And the lack of sex is just killing me. It's killing me.
So you have your own issues
Yes,
as well
ma'am.
with the relationship. Let me start with you, Ms. McCullough. Why don't you give me some specific examples of what you say has brought your relationship to this breaking point?
Well, for example, one time I went out of town and the neighbor told me that she heard some banging and stuff like that upstairs. And I'm like, you know, I confronted him about it and he's like, oh, I was doing Tybo. I'm like, really? I don't even know you doing Tybo. Like, what? I found messages in his phone. Like, I mean, it's just one thing after the next with him.
Well, let me understand. So he said he was doing Tybo, and you're saying he does not work out?
I mean, he works out, but not
on?
Tybo. But he hooked up with my friend. I mean, this is my friend, you know what I mean? And he admitted to it later.
The neighbor was definitely lying. She definitely was lying. Ashley had went on a vacation for this one. Ashley went on a little vacation. I went up there to play games with my friend.
You went up where?
To somebody, my friend's apartments. And we went up to their apartment. I went up there to play the game and we just sitting there chilling. Nothing happened at the time. The neighbor downstairs though, for some reason, she told that we was up there having sexual intercourse. That's what she thought. The bed was creaking. I told her that I was doing Tybo. I do work out, but the Tybo just sounded more, it just came out that way. You know what I mean? It just came out and I said it. But I was working out, but I did not, I lied about the Tybo part.
So you were working out, it wasn't Tybo, and you used that as an excuse. So while she was out of town, did you, in fact,
Yes, ma'am.
step out of the relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
So that did happen?
I did, yes, ma'am. I just was, I guess, scared to admit it at the time.
Okay. It's someone that Miss McCullough knows, right?
Yes, yes.
So it's someone that Miss McCullough knows. How do you recover after finally admitting that, yes,
you don't. You just
did cheat?
She cheated with my family member too, so this is where it's not just me just popping off and doing things. It's just one time she did something, I do something wrong, and I just kept going with it.
So you mean after that incident with the friend, she then in turn
and cheated with a family member.
Was unfaithful?
Definitely.
What happened?
I was mad. That's what happened. I mean, he's cheated on me several times. Like, I mean, that was my get back.
See, but
What was the get back? What'd you do?
I did sleep with a family member, and
With whose family member?
David's.
Did that help? Did it make you feel better?
No, and like that's the thing. I don't know how he can cheat because I felt so bad afterwards. And I told him like he didn't have to find out.
Can I tell the
Like,
story?
I
Hold
found messages and everything in his phone.
What is it? What is the story?
The story behind it is, all right, I'm at my cousin's house. I get a phone call. It's her birthday, November 26th. All right. She calls me. She says, "Can you do me one thing? I just want to hear. Give me the best birthday present ever and tell me why you haven't called your son in 3 days or a few days." And I was like, well, honestly, I was with this girl and, you know, we hadn't did nothing then, but we was chilling a lot. And
You're saying that she called you saying, why haven't we heard from you in 3 days?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're saying you've been hanging out with somebody else.
Yes,
and this is
ma'am.
when the two of you are on rocky
yes,
ground.
ma'am. She wanted the truth. That's what she said, you know. So I told her the truth and she just automatically says, well, this person, which was a family member. So it was just like, it was straight get back. It was, you know, and dirt. And from what I've cheated about, we just went downhill from that. From her doing that and me doing the cheating I've done, there's nothing but no trust.
That's usually what happens.
Of course.
That's usually what happens. That's why they say before you embark on a journey of revenge, you may as well dig 2 graves.
He goes to a strip club. He goes to bed that night. I find text messages, and this is just last week. I'm like, here we go again.
So you're saying it's not in the past?
It just feels the lack of love and affection I don't get at home. And it's never getting better. I just learned to deal with it.
So what happens after the two of you step out, you go, you have your revenge, but you try to reconcile after that?
Yes.
What's going on now?
Just for example, last week, it was his birthday. He goes to a strip club, which, you know, strip club's fine with me, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he goes to bed that night. I find text messages where he's like to the stripper, he's like, I'll subscribe right now, I'll be back tomorrow. Like, I find this, and this is just last week. I'm like, here we go again.
So you're saying it's not in the past?
This is new. And
Mr.
like,
Mason?
the strip club is his new hobby.
The deal with the strip club thing, due to the lack of love, I just feel that that's a outlet for me. I'll go to the strip club, I'll just go in there and have some fun, get $50 in ones, take $50 bill and go find me somebody and let them dance on me. I don't have no sexual intercourse with them. I just feel that that fills the void of.
So you're saying the strip club has replaced any extra marital activity?
Yes, ma'am. But there's no sexual intercourse,
Let me see the
nothing like
messages.
that.
So this is your message to one of the workers at the club.
Yes, ma'am, I did send
Dancers.
that message.
Friday, I'll be there.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you have OnlyFans I'll subscribe right now? What is your reason for wanting to subscribe to her services?
That's just what I've came up with in my head, that it just feels the lack of love and affection I don't get at home.
And you saw this and you did what?
I was
mad.
hurt, you know what I mean? I'm like, you went out for your birthday, like, I'm letting you go to a strip club. How many girls do that, like, and don't have a problem with it? You know what I'm saying? I give you an inch, you take a mile.
Why do you say you're not getting this love and affection at home?
Just the German ways in her. I've always said that it's her German ways in her. She sucks at
What does that
love.
mean?
And we don't kiss. We do sometime, but it's not no morning, baby, nothing like that. We don't get that. So over 10 years, it just feels like when you losing it, it's lost. And it's never getting better. I just learned to deal with it.
And what do you have to say about that? Because you also said that you're not getting your needs met in a relationship because of his other hobbies. And what is that other hobby?
He is a gamer. He loves playing video games. If I take the kids out to the park or whatever, he's gonna stay in the AC. He's gonna play the game all day, 10 hours a day. I mean, a little excessive.
Did the two of you argue about this?
Sometimes, but like I get it. He's home. Like that's his argument with me. He's like, at least I'm not out on the street. You have your man. I'm home.
Perfect man.
But the thing about it is, you know, like I have to ask him over and over to clean the house, or you want to cook dinner tonight? Hey, can you do this? You want to go on a date night? Like he prefers totally to stay
But it
inside
still gets
and play
done.
video games. Or the
It
strip
still
club.
gets done. That's what I'm saying. So that's where she's being just ungrateful to me.
And is that the arrangement right now, that you essentially take care of the home?
No,
and
ma'am.
clean and-
It's all together. I work some. I don't work like she does. She has a full-time job. I work like I'm a self-contractor, work through this app on my phone. I make good money, but not as good as enough money for her. It's like the person she wanted before, she liked it that I sat home, and I'm trying something different. I'm working a little bit harder than I used to, and it's not good enough for her. I don't think so. So she don't have sex with me. She won't have sex with me.
When I think about having sex with him, I think about, you know, the past.
You said to me that you really, really want this to work, but you don't know if it can. What is it that you want?
I want to get married, you know, but I don't know how we can get past this.
Are we wasting our life now? Is that what we're doing?
Well, that's why you're here. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. What happened with the spaghetti?
Well, I'm cooking spaghetti one day. She's never said she wanted angel hair noodles, so I didn't know she got angel hair noodles for a specific spaghetti. We always just get spaghetti noodles. So I don't think about the angel hair part.
He just basically ignores me. I mean, everything I say.
No, I was just making the spaghetti, and she gave me angel hair noodles, and I was like, I think she might have got the wrong noodles. So I went and got the regular noodles and made it. She comes home, she don't even take a bite. Why didn't you use the noodles that I said use? Why can't you just be grateful for the food that I cooked, and it's not gonna change the taste or nothing? Just be grateful for it.
What was wrong with him not using the angel hair pasta?
It's the attention for me. Like, now he don't pay attention to specifics. Like, I send him to get some chips, specific chips that I wanted. He decides to get something totally different, candy bar or something. I'm like, dude, women are women. We want what we want.
But I did not understand what she was saying. I get her some hot fries, and I got her a little bit of, I think it was like a rose or something, and I was just like, hey, you know, she'll be all right with this.
And that became an issue for the two of you, because it's not really about the chips.
Yeah.
It's not really about the pasta.
It's just,
what it's really about is you feel that nothing you do really meets her standards, and you don't ever get the thank yous or appreciation for anything, and you feel that even with these little things, he's not even doing this up to par, and it's intentional because he's not even respecting you enough to listen to what you're saying when you're requesting something specific.
Right.
So she don't have sex with me. She won't have sex with me. No matter how, I don't care what I've done good. It's like 2 times a month.
That's not true.
Have you talked to her about this?
Oh, we've talked plenty of times.
And what's the response?
There's no response, there's no excuse, none of that. She's just like, I'm tired, that's it. We both could put in the same amount of work. You know, it just breaks my heart to see how our sex life is supposed to go down, but not that down, not far to where we're just like falling out of love. It's worse than I've ever seen it.
Ms. McCullough?
I've had it. Like, I've had it with the cheating and the lies. Like, I want to stay together, but like, when I think about having sex with him, I think about, you know, the past. And that's something I have to get out of my head.
But she never talks about it.
Well, because you came in the court today and you told me that the two of you worked past the issues that you had early on in the relationship with infidelity, but you really haven't. So you just said that, but it wasn't true. Because you're still thinking about the past. It's been 10 years that you've been together. So it's half and half. So half of it is you saying that you have processed the pain, and the fact is you haven't. That's why I say revenge cheating never works. It undermines the true goal.
Right.
If your goal is to try to get the relationship to work or to try to stay together. So not only did he break trust, but you did. You said to me that you really, really want this to work, but you don't know if it can. What is it that you want?
I ultimately want to be with him. I want to get married, you know, but I don't know how we can get past this.
I've asked her to marry me.
Really?
And I tried my hardest. I showed her I was changed. I mean, I've been changed. She's looking at me like I'm a child. That's how I feel about it. Like, she just said this, I don't even know that, but now I know.
Well,
now I know that you don't like having sex with me because of my infidelity, and that's fine, but why not tell me before? Why are we wasting our life now? Is that what we're doing?
Well, that's why you're here. And you say that you've changed, and you have changed, you have progressed, but you've progressed and now you're picking your poison. Now your poison is, I'm gonna go to the strip club and I'm gonna have these interactions. She didn't mind, but then you're taking these next steps and you feel like you can do that and you don't have a guilty conscience about it. So this is what happens when hurt, anger, and resentment fester in a relationship and it's not addressed over time, because you're never arguing about the spaghetti and you're not arguing about the hot fries.
Right.
You're arguing about Chantel from 8 years ago.
Right.
Or Fred from 7 years ago, because that breach of trust was never repaired. Each of you have come into court and said today how you don't feel valued in this relationship and how you believe the other person can only see your shortcomings. That's a big part of the problem. You started to pull away emotionally and even sexually in the relationship, and you start to pull away in your own way through escapism, through video games and strip clubs. So you want to know how you can make it work? Stop using those things to create distance and space between the two of you and actually start having the real conversations about what you want and how each of you wants to be loved. So you ask her, what is it that you want from me? How can I make you feel loved, cherished, and appreciated? And the same goes for you. Because a lot of people think men, you know, they don't have a lot of emotions, they don't have a lot of feelings just because they don't express them, but they do. So when Mr. Mason says, I don't feel cherished, I don't feel valued, I don't feel that she's grateful about anything, and my needs aren't being met, wow, he's speaking. And you have to listen, and you do the same. It's easy to get into a relationship. It's easy to fall in love with somebody. It takes work to stay there, and that's where the real work comes in. So you can reflect on how you've been hurt in the relationship, but then you've got to let it go, and you've got to take accountability. Because the only way, when the two of you have a past that you have, the only way that you can really move forward is deciding to leave the past in the past and forgive. You're never gonna forget, but you choose to live in a space where the past does not impact your present and you're not continuing to try to punish somebody for what they did in the past.
That's true.
So the days of punishing each other is over, and the days of loving each other and appreciating each other starts now.
Yes, ma'am.
And communicating with each other, it starts now. And listening to the other person, it starts now.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's my advice to the two of you.
Yes, ma'am.
You go forward with your accountability, with your healing, with your communication, and willing to do the work. Good luck.
Thank you.
When it comes to what Judge Faith said today, she's right. Putting stuff in the past and moving forward, not looking back, and just continue to love each other and ignore everything that happened before.
The best advice I had was, I think I need to just be a little bit more patient with her and accept the love that she's giving me truthfully, because it's good love. I just feel like it's not enough, and stop the cheating for sure.